Hello, I'm Jay, owner of Volunteer Audio in Oliver Springs, Tennessee, and I've got an exciting new product I want to share with you. This is a product that's not only going to make your audio sound better, but it's going to give you more mid-bass, which everybody is looking for more bass in their audio system on their Harley Davidson. Watch for a few minutes and I'll go over each product and how it could help your Harley system sound even better. So we're very, very happy that we've been able to team up with SoundSkins because they are the best when it comes to sound dampening material in what we're doing in the audio, whether it be in cars, trucks, or motorcycles. But what they're doing on top of that is they build these easy pre-cut kits for your Harley. Let's talk about what it does though. So if we took a speaker and we take it out of an enclosure and we listen to it, it normally sounds pretty bad. It doesn't have any mid-bass response. All we hear is the high range in the upper part of the vocals. Now we drop that into an enclosure like this out of our Project 50 Harley, and it sounds quite a bit better. And Harley did a good job in 14 swapping from an open fairing to an enclosed pod like this in the front of the Harley. But with all things OE, they have to meet budgets and they have to meet certain things. And these are pretty thin. It's so thin that I can pretty much see through it. And so there's a lot of acoustical vibration when that speaker is playing. There are waves that go from the back of the speaker into this pod, and we want as much of that as possible coming out the front to give us more clarity. It increases efficiency, which gives us more volume, but the most important part is we get quite a bit better mid-bass response if we wrap this pod with an acoustical foam. Now this SoundSkins material is 3 parts. It has a foam on the outside, it has a metallic layer in the center, and a butyl rubber on the backside. So this 3-part is going to do a really good job of stopping those resonant frequencies. It's going to create those bass waves moving more toward where you are pointed at you, and overall give us a much more full sound. So the reason we decided to partner up with SoundSkins is because they're the best. We don't look for the cheapest way to do things. I want to do it the best way. Normally that's the most economical way because we only have to do it one time. But also we can send these out to our customers. Instead of sending you a big sheet, telling you to cut it and try to figure out where to put it, it's all in a sheet like this. Check this out. So here's what that big sheet would normally be like if you just ordered a sheet from them. But everything has been cut out. It's CNC cut to the exact size and shape we need for exactly what we're doing on your Harley. Now they didn't leave any of you out. So they have the pods for the Streetglide, Electric Glide, and Ultra Limiteds. They've got a full kit, which we'll be doing a video shortly showing you how to install that. They also have one specifically for the 14 and newer Roadglide pods. Now if you have that 98 to 13 Streetglide, Electric Glide, or Ultra, or even the 98 to 13 Roadglide, you do not have speaker pods in your fairing. So we have full kits that are pre-done to wrap the outer part of that fairing on the inside and create more of an enclosure and to give you much, much better sound. Now they also make a 14 and up or 98 to 13 bag kit. So we have a liner that goes on the inside of the bag, all pre-cut like this, so that your 6x9s or your 8-inch subs or whatever speakers you've put in those bags are going to also have a much better enclosure, better mid-bass, better efficiency. It's going to sound a lot better. And then we also have a lid kit. So whether you have that 98 to 13 style bag or the 14 newer bag, we have a specific lid kit as well. All of these items are available at volunteeraudio.com. They're very, very easy to install, and it's a very low cost for the performance and increase we get out of the audio system. And because of this, we've now added this as an option in all of our stage kits. So if you're on volunteeraudio.com looking at an amp and speaker package, one of those awesome plug-and-play kits that are so easy for you to put in yourself, we've added this as an option. There's a drop-down. You can do just a fairing kit, you can do a bag kit, or you can do the fairing and bag kit together. Very easy there for you to find, very easy to purchase. All right, so I've already taken each one of these pieces and I've taken them out of that sheet that they ship in. So now we have all of our parts laid out. We've got our directions here from SoundSkins. I think they do an amazing job of showing you all the parts you should have and then step by step where they go on the pod or on your inner fairing or in your bags or wherever you're installing this on your Harley. So it's going to make this very easy. But who likes reading directions, even with pictures? I'm going to show you how to put them on the pod right here on video. So again, starting with a clean pod already, and I'm showing you just to show you just how easy this is. We're gonna take the part that in the direction shows to go on this side, and we're simply gonna peel this backing off of it. It is a self-stick product once the backing is peeled off. So just peel all of this paper backing off. If it tears, no big deal. You can peel the rest of it off here. All right, now that we've got our backing off, we're just gonna line this up and we're gonna set it in here where all of these little indentions they've cut out for just match up. After we get it where it goes, we're simply just gonna press, put a little bit of pressure. You'll see it lines up with each one of these cuts. Now I'm working on the side that has the cigarette lighter hole. So it's gonna be a couple pieces here. All right, so now, just like in step one of your directions, you'll see we have our pod and we have our SoundSkins put where it goes. Now we're gonna flip it over and we're gonna put some on the other side. So you give us this part to go here on the underside. We're gonna peel it and stick it. Such a simple thing to do with such a big improvement to your mid bass and your overall sound quality. Now I got to hear while we were in Vegas, they had a bike there and it had the factory HD Audio by Rockford system in it. And that system doesn't sound great. We redo a lot of them. But what they did was they had sound deadened half of the motorcycle, the other half they hadn't, and they just swapped back and forth, and it was a huge improvement simply by adding this onto the pods and in the bag. All right, we're gonna get our other piece here laid out to go on the bottom of this pod. Very simple. Simply sticking it to the pod. Now, we don't try to cover every square inch. This material will stop the resonation or the frequencies of this plastic moving without covering all of it. All right, so now we're gonna move to the inside of our pod, and we've got a few pieces that go in here. We're gonna have one here that if you watch the SoundSkins install video, they're gonna say it looks a little bit like Nebraska. It's gonna go on this flat area right here inside of the pod. We've also cleaned in here with our isopropyl alcohol also. This goes on that flat section inside of our pod. Now we're going to flip it over here to where you see this long flat area. We're going to take one of these and we're going to stick in that area. Like you see, there's really no special tools needed for this other than the tools just to take the parts off of your motorcycle. Very, very simple, very, very easy. All right, so now we have our inside part put here. Now, once you get that part done, you're gonna see that SoundSkins gave you some of these squares. Now, they don't have a particular place to go. We're just gonna put them on these panels on the inside that don't have anything on there to stop them from resonating. We just put these where they fit, and they've given us enough of these. You've got 4 per each side. So you see, just stuck it there on the inside. Now, they don't have to be on perfectly flat areas. You can put them where they overlap, maybe a ridge, and then bend them around it. They're very, very flexible. So you can put them in here like this and just bend it under. It's going to adhere and stick to it. It's going to stop that resonation. It's going to give you better sound. So you get the idea. Very, very simple to install. I'm going to continue forward, put a couple more in, then we'll grab our other pod and do the other side. And really, even though this is rigid, they've made it so thin you can actually see through the plastic. Now, if you've got a 15 or newer, it's a good chance these pods are black, but it does not appear that they've made them any thicker in any way. So we got one more piece here that we can figure out where we want to put it. There is no right or wrong place to put this. We're just putting it on panels to stop that vibration and to point the vibration of the speaker back out where we're listening to it. All right, so I've used all the parts for this side. The only thing we do now is just put our speaker back in, put it back on the bike. We're gonna move on to our other pod. All right, so we have our pod off of the other side. Now this is the pod that does not have the cigarette lighter hole going through it. You notice that it is a larger kind of one-piece part for this side. We're just gonna kind of line it up again where it lines up with all of our little pre-cut areas. They make this so simple. Compared to having to buy a sheet and then taking a razor blade and trying to cut this yourself, way, way simpler way of doing it. So we're gonna go to the other side. Again, you'll see there's a single piece that lines up here. Just going to push and kind of mold it to here. And I think they've done a great job. It fits really nice. All right, back to the inside. We're going to take our piece that's kind of like Nebraska and put it on the inside here. So it's just going to be on this lower flat portion. So we're just going to go right inside of here. So simple. All right, so we're going to come over to the other side, put this long skinny piece in there where it goes. So normally I have a tendency to make things look easier than they are, but this is actually really simple. So I don't think I'm going to make it look much easier than it is, because it is that easy. Okay, so we're going to do it on that panel in there just to keep that from vibrating. Now we have our squares that we get to put anywhere we want. Got 4 of those that we can place. And I'm just going to take those larger areas. Now, even though we've deadened the whole side here, I'm going to go on in here and just pick some of these flat areas and put some on the inside too.
One more part.
Now, this is all the pre-cut pieces. You are going to have some extra that SoundSkins leaves you. You could cut this into other pieces and put it in other places. Sometimes people want to put it on the outside of the fairing. When I say outside, I mean the outer shell on the inside. Definitely don't want it on the paint on the outside, so let's clarify that. All right, so before you put it back on, I would highly suggest that you check all the factory hardware. Just make sure your pod is still tight, because that vibration from the speaker may have worked some screws loose. This is going to help that not happen as well. But just that easy, we have our SoundSkins full sound deadening kit on our front 2 pods. Very, very easy to do. Now all we got to do is put our speakers back in, put it back on the bike. At Volunteer Audio, we have step-by-step videos walking you through that process. So look up the one where we did the front speaker removal and installation on the 14 to 23 Electroglide, Streetglide, and Ultra Limited, as well as how to put the fairing back on, how to put amps in, how to put radios in. We have awesome step-by-step videos, and we thank you so very much for watching this one. Please like this video. If you do that, YouTube's going to move us up to where more people see our videos. It helps us, and it helps other people looking for this kind of help to find that video as well. Please subscribe to the channel to see the latest in Harley audio and step-by-step videos on how to put it in your bike. Please call us, 1-844-30-AUDIO. We'd love to talk to you about your system, put something together specifically for you to make sure you get the right parts and end up with the best end result. You can also view all of our plug-and-play packages at volunteeraudio.com, and you can comment below in this video. We'd love to hear from you, and if you have questions, I'll be quick to reply back and answer those for you. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, God bless.